On the edge of the North York Moors lies the picturesque town of Kirby Moorside, home to auctioneer Angus Ashworth.
Thank you, madam.
With the help of his team...
That's rather a good fit.
I really like that piece.
Oh, can you believe it? Your hair looks a bit untidy.
Angus has been running his auction house for more than a decade.
Bless you, Angus.
When he's not on his rostrum...
Right, that's it. I'm leaving my beloved Yorkshire.
He's clearing cluttered homes.
There's a lot of stuff in the loft, obviously, I hoarded.
Finding unwanted items to go under his gavel.
You want us to take everything? Empty it.
If you think it's worthwhile taking.
That is fantastic. I love that.
Using his expert knowledge...
Oh, look at that.
He uncovers hidden gems...
Things I have to do for my job.
And discovers valuable heirlooms.
That is gorgeous. Do you ever think you were born in the wrong era?
Yes.
Back at the sale room, he turns these forgotten treasures...
That's £600.
Wow! ...into incredible windfalls of cash.
Right, that is part of a lot from the previous sale.
Inside the auction house, the teams are rifling through treasures of different shapes and sizes.
We've got 2 more staff members with us, look.
And to keep the whole operation moving, Angus needs to get back out on the road.
Right, Pete, you're right.
All right, yeah.
Just got a little job that's come in we need to go pick up.
Yeah.
It's a nice local one as well, your old stomping ground.
Where are we going?
Leeds, Garforth area.
All right, no worries.
Right, I'll just grab some stuff and we'll get underway.
OK, see you in a minute then.
Pete's dog Barney will join them on the 50-mile journey south.
All right, Barney.
Oh, we've got you here today, Barney. Come on, move up. Let me in. Oh, it is good, this sandwich, Pete.
Oh, Angus.
Eyes on the road, Pete.
Eyes on the road, not the sandwich.
Hello, Barney.
He's listening to every word you've got to say.
I'm going to see Lorraine and her partner, but she's going to move into the old family home, so they're having a bit of a blitz out and a fresh start on it, so potentially it could be quite an emotional one for her, Pete.
This is my childhood. From my bedroom, I could see the garden and my dad cutting grass. I haven't lived here, I don't know, 40 years.
Lorraine's mother, Brenda, who worked for 30 years in a school kitchen, raised her 2 children here.
She'd never say if something upset her, she just dealt with stuff all her life and got on with it.
It was her home for over 50 years until she became unwell early last year.
Her illness took away her independence.
She couldn't handle
She couldn't handle it, and she actually came and lived with us. She did want to come back into her own home.
Mum passed away in May, and she left me the house in her will, and her wish was for us to move in, and so we're going to hopefully go ahead and make them come true.
As great-grandmother to 11, the house has been at the heart of many celebrations, but now it is in need of renovation.
Be nice to see it all nicely decorated and complete, which I think Mum will be pleased with.
Since Brenda's death, Lorraine and partner Alan have been painstakingly going through the house.
She did a lot of drawings, find a couple that I'd never seen before.
They have boxed up the less sentimental items and found plenty that they don't know what to do with.
Toys and cookie jars and money boxes.
She collected everything. Pottery, stamps, teapots, cups, saucers, commemorative plates. The list is endless.
Luckily, help is on the way.
Right, this is us, I think, Pete, along here. You want to get backed in and
I will do, mate.
I'll go see what's what. You can eat your sandwich now.
Oh, thanks.
Hiya, Angus. Do come in.
Right.
Yes, fine, thank you.
So, you sort of clearing the house?
The house wants modernising, and the simplest and easiest way to do it is clear it out. We really need help to move it.
And hopefully get some money towards it. It's Mum's wishes. She wanted the house changing for how she'd have liked it. And she'd be damned happy to see that Yorkshire Firestone gone. She'd wanted rid of that for years. So that's one of our main jobs.
Is it sort of strange thinking you're coming back home?
Very. It's scary and exciting.
Probably some fond memories too.
Oh, very much so. Every room has them, I think.
Is it just what's in here?
No, there's some more in garage, I'm afraid. It's
Okay.
just so much and it's so daunting, and I'm hoping, Angus, that you can help solve this problem.
Well, I'm sure we can. I'll tell you what, shall we have a look in the garage and then I'll see what we can do?
Thank you.
With the conservatory checked, how much more will Angus find in the garage?
Well, I must admit, it's one of the tidiest garages I've been in. Lorraine, you've packed all these up, have you?
I have, yes. Sorry, they're not in any order. They've just been put in as I've come across them.
But we certainly don't know what is in each individual box. It's a Pandora's box, I'm afraid.
And if you're happy, we'll take and we'll unpack everything and then we'll sort it.
It would all help.
OK, well, I suppose it's best to get Pete in and we'll get packing. I'll let you relax for a little bit and I'll give you a shout in a minute.
Right, thank
Brilliant.
you.
While Pete gets loading, Angus investigates the mysterious boxes.
I mean, it's absolute classic Ringtons of this blue and white and very collectible. And, you know, it was designed as I suppose, an advertising piece, really.
Founded in 1907, Ringtons is a tea delivery service which is still in business today, and Brenda was a huge fan of the promotional crockery and memorabilia they released.
I don't even think she drunk that brand of tea, but it's the items for collection what she enjoyed, you know, because they don't just sell tea, they also bring out all this memorabilia.
What Ringtons do is they have all these scenes and various iconic buildings from the northeast. Selby Abbey, Castle of Newcastle, Durham Cathedral, York Minster, yeah. They're quite collectible, particularly in the northeast, where, you know, it originates from. So people do collect it. It has dropped off a lot in the last 10 years, but there's a market. What we'll have to do is sort through it all when we get back, but there might be one or two interesting bits that we pull out.
It's not just collectibles that grab Angus's attention. He can spy value even in the mundane.
It's amazing how garages fill up with lots of tools, and some of them, you know, sell quite well, and you can never have enough pots of screws, can you?
The tools were left here by Brenda's late partner, and Angus has spotted some more of his other possessions that might do well at auction.
Well, there's lots of ceramics, but we've got things like this. These are die-cast, we call them die-cast, which are the metal toy cars, and there's various levels of value. Now, the good names are Corgi, Dinky. Dinky are a bit older, but Corgi's still on the go. It's the original Corgis from the 50s and 60s that fetch the real money, but even so, the quality ones like this, all boxed up, now they're quite collectible. I said we like the older stuff. Here's an original. It's a Dinky Super Toys Foden flatbed. Now, most of these were bought as toys to be played with, so you get what we call a play-worn condition. So you expect a few chips off the paintwork and that sort of thing. You don't want to see it touched up. You want to see the original paintwork, but ideally not too damaged. And this has been well played with. Pete's going to walk in and find me playing with toys, isn't he?
Where is Pete? Ah, enjoying a brew.
Have you got a system in how you do it? Or?
No, I just like it nice and neat, a bit like Tetris.
Right.
Yeah.
While Pete dreams of neat rows, Angus is still treasure hunting.
These are really quite interesting.
This time, he's found Brenda's stamp and letter collection.
What I love is the writing on them. And it's just a great snapshot of social history when everything was done by letter. The postmarks, where it's been sent from. You get a lot of people who collect letters, particularly letters from the front, so people sent from, you know, World War I and II back home. We're not talking big money, but stamps and postal ephemera is still hugely collectible.
As well as collecting letters, Brenda also hunted for valuable stamps to add to her impressive collection of 29 albums.
You made you a cup of tea, Angus.
Oh, bless you. Thank you very much. That's lovely. This is all your mum's collection, wasn't it?
It is, yeah. I do recall as being a child, every time we went through Leeds, we had to call it a stamp shop, and them and we all had to sit and soak them off from the envelope.
She must have had hours of joy. And
She did. It's part of me. Past, isn't it, me?
It is, yeah.
Each lot could bring in between £40 and £60.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With the last of Brenda's well-loved collections leaving the house, Lorraine gets to look around the now less cluttered family home.
Wow.
Oh, well, that's it all.
Yeah. So
It's a bit, I don't know. It's me mum, innit? It's like parting with a part of her, but...
the
Moving.
next step, isn't
It
it?
is, to achieve what she wanted, the alteration she wanted in the house, and sadly she never got to see that day.
No. So you're not going to lose those memories. It's
Going to add to them.
hopefully this is the start of new beginnings. You know, we'll see you on auction day, and hopefully we'll get some good results for you.
Thank you, Angus. We're looking forward now to renovating the house and doing everything what Brenda wanted.
We need the stuff gone to be able to move on, and
It's the start of another chapter.
Everything was packed up and boxed ready to go. So we've got a general idea of what there is, but I haven't been through every box. So there might be some surprises to come out when we get back and sort it.
With a van load of mystery boxes, Angus will have to wait and see.
Hello, Peter.
Hey, Pete.
All right, you two?
Back at the auction house, Pete is joined by Mark and Nick to unload Lorraine's mum's possessions, so Angus and his team can see what other treasures are packed inside.
A lot of it was already boxed, so it's a question of having a look through to see what there is.
Yeah.
Nick joined the team last year, and one of his passions is toy vehicles.
Can't resist having a little nosy.
He's had a tip-off that the van might be worth investigating.
Oh, what we got in here then? We've got an old malt and hops vans. If you do collect these, it's important to keep the boxes. This will be MIB, hopefully, which will be mint in box. Look at that. It is. Oh, that's lovely. The moment you take that out, that bit gone.
Having the original box can more than double an item's value at auction.
These, I think, appeal to adult collectors. We call ourselves adults, Pete.
Yeah, I know you do.
Right. Okay.
Oh, that's wedge proof.
In the 4 weeks before the auction, the team take on the mammoth task of unpacking all of the boxes.
Oh, we've got some more of that.
They are on the lookout for any big sellers or unique pieces.
Somebody might collect this one. Oh, look, the spouts is at his sleeve.
So, large collection of tableware in chintz design, including cups, saucers, teapots.
Charlotte has uncovered 20 boxes of the Rington's crockery in various designs.
You all right, Charlotte?
Hello.
How's it going? All right?
It's going okay, yeah.
The old Ringtons, blue and white, isn't it? Classic.
Are they old?
Not particularly. I mean, they look old, and it's deliberately done. When you look at the glaze, it's too shiny, and you see how this transfer pattern's on. It's very blurred.
Yeah,
and
that's why I thought
sort
it
of,
was
yeah,
blurry.
that's a modern-made piece as opposed to an original Victorian piece. But nevertheless, they're decorative, aren't they?
Yeah, they're nice.
This one's nicer. This is
I like
better.
this one. It's pretty pattern. We put it all together, that.
Yes, so I think you do right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the morning of the auction, and with just a short drive to the North Yorkshire moors, Lorraine and Alan arrive bright and early.
This will be different. I'm going to watch old stuff go up for sale.
They are excited about the prospects for the day, but what about Angus?
All the boxes of ceramics, they aren't the easiest of sellers. You know, 20 years ago, this sort of thing was on fire. Now, it's very hard work. So I'm just hoping we get the results, but it's going to be tricky. I'm going to have to work hard today. Morning, all right.
Yes, nice to see you again.
And
Angus.
you, yeah. Good.
First request today, Lorraine really wants to use your rostrum and get hold of that gavel because she wants to be an auctioneer.
Really? It is quite sacred up there, you know, but I'm sure we can get you on the rostrum at some
Lovely.
point. Yeah. I think we'll be okay with the items. I mean, the market for them's not great at the moment, so I don't think we'll fly, but I think a lot of people online today, so...
We're really looking forward to it.
Brilliant. Well, I'll let you have a look round and give us a shout if you need anything. I'll keep my eyes on you jumping up on that rostrum.
Right, lovely. Thank you.
The couple have a DIY list as long as your arm. But how much do they need to get a few things ticked off?
We hope to make about 500 to 1,000, hopefully.
And that will go towards a multi-fuel stove, what we're looking to buy for the house to replace the fireplace and the start of refurbishment.
Not wasting any time, Lorraine has seized the opportunity to fulfil her dream.
I don't know how he does it.
He chucks it up in air, he catches it with the other hand and then goes down and bangs it. That's it. And that. Hang on, I'm going to do a video of that one, if you will.
I won't catch it this time.
Angus makes it look easy, doesn't he, Lorraine?
Down 20, 50, 40. Bidder on the left. Sold. Right, that's aimed at auction.
That's enough having fun. Time's ticking, and there are 28 lots of crockery ready to be auctioned.
Teapot, sugar bowl, milk bowl.
Yeah, it's never ending. A lifetime's collection. Yeah, it's been a very emotional year for Lorraine. Seeing the items come up for auction, hopefully a new year, a new start.
Angus will be assisted at the rostrum today by Emma and Heather, who will be checking the internet bids, and Jeremy, Angus's right-hand man and auction house manager, is helping out as porter.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
First up, a lot of stamps. 6 albums of used stamps from the British Isles, collected by Brenda and Lorraine over the years.
Stamps.
All right, yeah.
It's a collection of post-Victorian stamps, and I can open at 60, 5, 70, 5, 80. £80 wrapped, then at £80 it is for the album at 80. At £80 at 80. We're all done at 80. I'm going to sell at 85, 85 times 90.
Nearly.
90 it is at 90. At £90, no mistaken, at 90. Thank you.
Well, they delivered.
What's that?
Now it's on to the box lots of crockery.
Right, we got this huge Ringtons collection.
And first is the chintz tea set.
Everybody should be taking some Ringtons. £20 start me. 20, £20 a minute, 20, we're off now. The internet bids come to life at 20. At £20 it is, then at 20. We're all done. At 20 it is, then at 20.
Watching these go, it's like, come on.
And he's only just begun. Victorian-style tea canisters next.
Blue and white willow pattern. I've got 10 bid at 10 at 10 at 10. At 10, 12 is it now? Let's be on now at £10 at 10. Great decorative pieces there. The tea canisters at £10 at 10. Anybody else like this? We can fill one of them up with tea.
The crockery is only bringing in modest sales, as Angus feared. Will this royal tea set and plates create a stir?
All the commemorative ware there. There we go. There's a whole load of it there. This is definitely big in the Far East. Yeah.
Angus has spotted a dealer and regular bidder that he thinks might snap up this lot to sell overseas.
I'm going to make you buy some. £15 at 15. I love the royal family up there. 15! He's weakened! That's £15. He's been at 15. I knew I'd sell him something. 18, 18, 22. £20 at 20 it is, then at £20 at 20. 22, 22. 25, 25. £25 at 25. 28, 28.
Come on, 30.
£30 at 30 it is. 32. Oh. At 32. Internet bidder at 32.
So close, but the internet nabs it. It's on to novelty teapots, also made by Brenda's favourite tea company.
They're great, aren't they? There we go. Where should be for this? £30 start me. £30 please. £30 for the decorative teapots. 30 it is, then at 30 at £30.
And there's no end to Brenda's tea time collection.
Blue and white hexagonal cathedral jars there.
Over the next half hour, a further 20 lots of crockery go under the gavel.
That's a little bit different. £20. 12, 15, 18. All done at 28. Round up to 30 for me. £30 a bid, thank you. £30, 32 it is, then at 32 gavel is up. I'm selling at 32.
all adding up to a total of £394. Now, who wants a tidy flight case full of screws in every size?
Makes a change from Rington's, doesn't it?
Good little set there. There we go. £10, Stormy, 10. £10, all the fittings there. £10 at 10 at 10 at 10. At £10 at 10. We're all done at 12. Thank you, sir. £12 at 12 in the room at 12. It's against you on the net. At 12 it is then. You can never have enough screws. At £12. I've never seen somebody so happy. 27.
With that fixed, it's on to model vehicles. First, a display case of promotional delivery vans.
This is a great collection there in the display case. And I've got 32, 5, 8, £38, my bid at 38, my bid at 38 at £38, 40, £40 commissions out. At 40 it is, then at £40 at 40. 2 fresh bid at 42 now, 42, 45, 45, 45. 8, 48, 50, 50, 50, a bid at 50 it is, then at 50. At 50 it is, then the gavel is up. At 50, don't mistake it, 5, back in. 60, 60 it is, 65, £65. I'm selling at 65.
A racing start for the vans. Next, some older toy vehicles. But will the lack of boxes affect the price?
All of them there, Matchbox, etc. 15, 18, we're off now. At £18 it is, then at 18, 20. £22 at 22 it is then. At £22 at 22. At £22 at 22. 5, sir! 25 it is then at 25. 28, 30, £30, 32, 35, 38, 40.
Keep going.
Cheeky at £40 at 40. At 40, room bid at 40.
He's beaten the internet bids this time. Now, commercial vehicles, many of them MIB. That's mint in box.
West me, 40, £42, £42, and we're off now. 42, 42, 50, 55, £55 it is, then at 55, 60 is it now. At £60, 65, 75, 85, 85, 90, 95, at 95 at 100, at £100 it is, then at £100 at 100. We're all done at £100. Gavel's up at 100.
A great result for the perfectly stored models. The final lot of the day is the last of the cars.
Large collection of die-cast models there, Volvos, etc., including the Herefordshire Constabulary Armed Response Vehicle.
Ooh.
As if they have one of those in Herefordshire.
I don't like to tell you this, but it's Hertfordshire.
Yeah, Hertfordshire. Well, it's not Yorkshire, so I don't really pay much
Exactly.
notice. Imagine if this was a Yorkshire Armed Response Vehicle.
Oh.
My word. Anyway, let's start. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90. At £90 we're off now. At £90 it is then. 95, £95 at 95, 100 at £100 it is. £100 it is then.
100.
The police cars at 100, 110. We're not done yet at 110 it is then at 110. 110, we're all done. Selling at £110.
These 1990s models are speeding off to a new home in Hartlepool.
Isn't it? All over.
Let's go.
Before everyone goes home for tea, it's time for Lorraine and Alan to find out how much they have made.
How did you find that?
In a different experience as well. No.
Really enjoyed
Well, there
it.
was one chap in there who was very happy he got a box of screws, so, you know.
That's right.
Well, you will be walking away with £643.
Wow.
Brilliant, yeah, that's really good. We're more than happy.
Brilliant.
33 lots of Lorraine's mum's things are off to new homes, including many cherished tea sets.
Sadly, something that used to be hugely fashionable isn't anymore, and it fetches very little. But, you know, we did get a few good results with some of their cars and things like that. So they're going home happy, and that's all we can ask for.
They're very happy with it, but to see auctions on telly is different to actually being sat in one, so you can quite get into it and you're jeering them on a bit with prices.
Each year, around 250,000 items come and go at the auction house. So when each sale is over, the team are already planning the next. The most important job is to find more fascinating objects.
Yeah, if you can just get that job sorted out.
And Angus needs to get back out on the road.
Where are you heading anyway?
I'm off to Leyburn.
Leyburn, oh.
Yeah, Richmondshire.
Yeah.
It's a nice part of the country.
It is a nice place.
Wonderful. Right, I'll see you later on.
See you later.
He's off on a specialist job.
So I'm off to see a lady called Vivian, who lives in the Yorkshire Dales, which is a lovely part of the world in Wensleydale. She's got a big studio glass collection, which sounds really interesting.
Hopefully, Angus will be able to make her a windfall.
The great thing about my job is every day you're learning new things and handling new items that you haven't seen before. And it doesn't matter if you've been doing this job 10 years or 50 years, you'll never stop learning.
Like him with his antiques, Vivian studied the past, working for many years as an archaeologist. She eventually had to stop when her health deteriorated.
I retired at 60, by which time my arthritis was bad. It's an occupational hazard, I think, is arthritis in archaeology. And I had a spinal fusion, which is steel going right the way down your spine to straighten it out. I mean, I've lived through a lot, and you come out the other side. It's never a disaster. It may be at the time, but you'll come through.
Her reduced mobility forced Vivian to move to downsize 11 years ago.
I moved from a 3-bedroom farmhouse into a 1-bedroom bungalow, and I've ended up with just far too much stuff.
Vivian said when I get there, just knock and walk in. She's not very mobile, but I think I'll be doing most of the packing, I think.
The 50-mile drive west has brought Angus to Vivian's village near Leyburn in the Dales.
Hello.
Hello, Angus. How are you?
Doing? I'm very well, thank you. You rung me about some glass, is that right?
I did. You might notice there's a bit of glass in this room.
There isn't there?
I've been buying glass now for somewhere in the region of 18, 20 years. So I've ended up with far too much stuff.
Yes.
So I need it to go.
Right.
Because I am not getting any younger, so I'm trying to do it before I go.
OK. You've been very pragmatic.
Very pragmatic. Yes, it's a Yorkshire characteristic.
Absolutely. And glass has always been your passion, has it?
I mean, I love handmade stuff. Each piece was made by somebody, and they leave their traces on it.
Vivian's love of handmade objects also played a role in her work.
It must have been a remarkable career being in archaeology.
Wonderful. You spend your entire life getting wet and dirty. Archaeology is all about how people lived and what they used. And you've never lived at all until you've been digging in a medieval moat and actually found a jar that's been thrown into the water of the moat 400 years later. And you think, who, why, what was in it? And that takes you back.
Vivian's bungalow has glassware in every room, and with nowhere to put it, most is still packed up from when she moved to her smaller home.
I love the translucent sort of colours and the textures on them. You have all these patterns. You can see why people fall in love. I've always stayed shy of glass. 3 young children, 2 Jack Russells isn't a good recipe for a glass collection, but I can see the appeal. We call it studio glassware. And basically what that means is handmade as opposed to a factory produced item. So quite often the items are unique in their design. It's incredible to think these are done by hand, so they would have been blown, crafted, added the colours, and you create this wonderful artwork, and it's quite a skill and an art. It's a great thing, isn't it? Almost looks like you're in outer space.
And the key to the value of each piece is who made it and when.
Every box you open, look at it. Look at that colour on that. Any piece of glass, you can recognise probably where it's from by the style and that sort of thing, but we're also looking for signatures, which usually are on the base, because that's going to add value if it's the right designer, the right name on it. So this one is signed Michael Harris, Medina. That's in Malta, and he's the top designer. He's the name you really want on a piece of Medina glass, and this is signed by him, so that is lovely. And I think you might have a pair of these.
A pair might fetch closer to £300 to £400.
Oh, that's a real shame. That's the better one of the two, but sadly, it's been smashed. The main body's all right, but the base has completely gone, and that really kills it. But he is the name that we want to find. And, you know, there's some quite rare pieces here, some good name pieces. So I think we could make quite an interesting sale out of this.
Doing the job solo means it's back to lifting and carrying for Angus.
Right, that's all the bedroom done.
Well done.
I'll start at this end and work my way around.
Yeah.
You keep me straight to what I'm taking.
Don't you worry. I'm very good at supervising.
Right, so all these 4 to go.
All those 4 on the
Oh,
windowsill.
my word, that's a weight, isn't it?
I know. Can you imagine blowing that on the end of a glass blowing rod? No, I can't either.
God, that's incredible weight.
That's a Yorkshire Wharf piece. Again, it's signed. Costa, I think.
Yes, Costa, signed there, Nice, what lovely colours.
He's renowned for his use of colour. Don't throw it at anybody.
No, I won't.
So I think the glass would probably survive better than the person.
Yorkshire Wharf designed for the Swedish Costa Company in the 1960s, and Vivian has 10 hefty pieces she's sending to auction.
For you, is it more about the collecting and finding new pieces that's exciting?
Yes, it is.
And presumably that comes from your archaeological background,
yes,
finding.
Archaeology is people.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. You know, the individual who made it. Why is he making it? Why is he going for these colours that I like so much?
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm fascinated with it. It's probably why I'm in this industry as well.
Yeah,
but,
exactly, because it's all the past.
Yeah. Let's keep packing.
Over the next hour, Angus packs 7 boxes.
Right, that's that box done.
Makes 30 trips to and from his van, and carefully loads up a total of 180 pieces of handcrafted glassware.
I think that is us all packed up,
Well, you've
loaded up.
done a fabulous job so far, but unfortunately for you, I found more things.
Oh, OK.
Amazing what you find.
I noticed how you waited until I was nearly gone before you got the...
Produce the goodies.
the gold and silver came out.
Gold, Angus, gold.
Lovely.
But it was my grandfather's watch chain.
Yeah, it would have been a watch chain,
And if you look at that photograph of him in front of me, in front of the house...
Yes. Oh, you can see it?
You can see it, yes.
Wow.
He's got it there.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Let's see what we've got. Oh, that's nice. That's the opal and diamond.
Oh, yes. It won't even go on my little finger.
As you know, there's some good bits in
There's
here.
some good bits, there's some rubbish.
Yeah. Harriet's our jewellery cataloguer. She'll go through it all. It'll keep Harriet very happy.
With the boxes loaded up and the majority of the shelves cleared, what does Vivian make of her less overcrowded home?
I mean, you've got a few empty shelves now, haven't you?
Well, I have, yes, and I am going to miss it, actually, because a lot of decent collecting time has gone into that glass.
Yeah.
But I can't take it with me. What you've done for me today has been remarkable, because I couldn't have done it.
I'm delighted that we're coming away from this with all this really good jewellery, and it was unexpected. And Harriet is going to be very pleased with me bringing this back, so it's good to keep the staff happy.
He came for the glassware, but the real money might possibly be made from the surprise hoard of jewellery. We'll just have to wait and see.
So I think Angus has got a few things that he wants us to take out the van.
Charlotte and Harriet are about to take on Vivian's vast collection,
See what we've got.
cataloguing her items to help attract potential buyers.
Oh, this looks like some glassware in here.
Yeah, Angus said there was quite a lot of glass.
People collect such interesting things.
But it's the jewellery that Harriet really wants to get a look at.
Thank you. So it's an 18-karat gold shank, and it's actually in a platinum setting. And I assume diamonds. Should I try it on?
Yeah, do it.
Oh, it's too small. Nice, though.
It is, it must be tiny. We better stop rummaging and start getting it across.
With 31 days to the auction, the team are working hard to catalogue the items to attract potential bidders.
It's a really, really good collection of art glass.
As well as 25 lots of glassware, Harriet has had a chance to get a closer look at the jewellery, which she's divided into 17 further lots, uncovering a 9-carat gold locket with family photos. Sale room manager Jeremy can't resist a peek.
Is there anything that particularly takes your eye in this little collection?
I think this one
Right,
is my favourite.
right.
It's a bit jazzy, isn't it?
Oh, right, OK.
It's quite bold.
Yeah,
That is
it
a
is
statement
bold.
piece.
This is gold, is it?
Yeah, that's a 9-carat.
That's lovely.
Some weight to it.
Yeah, sort of mid-century, I'd think, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
The carat number indicates how much gold is in the item. 9 carat is 37% pure. The higher the number, the higher the percentage, and the higher the value at auction. After a busy 4 weeks, Angus and the team are ready for the sale.
Morning, Angus. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well.
Well, I think we'll be all right. There's been a lot of interest in the glass, so...
Good.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of people watching online. Hopefully that
Yeah,
translates.
it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this.
Yes.
Vivian has decided to donate a majority of the proceeds from today to various charities, so Angus needs to bring his A game.
I'm really excited about Vivian's glassware collection today. It's almost like a specialist sale. I think we're going to pull in the collectors and hopefully they're going to be fighting each other and we're going to get some great results. What was a really nice addition to Vivian's collection was the jewellery, and there's some really good bits in there. And actually, I think that could be the surprise of the job, is how well that does.
While Angus has high hopes for the jewellery, how is Vivian feeling about selling off her well-loved collection of glass?
It's going to be odd without having it at home. Well, it has been odd, but, you know, it's got to go. So we'll just see what happens.
Hoping for a smashing day at the rostrum, Angus is joined by Emma and Heather, who will be fielding the internet bids, and porter duties are in Jeremy's son Jasper's steady hands.
Right then, morning, ladies and gentlemen.
First up, the collection of 1970s Swedish vases.
This is lovely, is this? We've got interest in this. We start at 70, 80, 90, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. Lovely set is this. 140, 150. At 150 it is, then at £150 for the Swedish glass. At 150, at 100, 160, 170. Thank you. Magical, isn't it?
They look good with tea lights.
Tea lights in them. I mean, the dream could be yours. At 170, at £170, at 170.
A solid start to the auction. It's on to the first of the Michael Harris chalices, starting with the one with the broken base.
We're straight in at 60. At £60, at 60, at £60 it is. At 65, 70. Surely 70 at £70, at 70. The Michael Harris, it's worth more than this. At £70, at 75, £75. At 75, then at 75. 80 is it now? At 80 bid. £80 a bid at 80, at 80. 85, 85, 95, 95. At £95. Slow on the bids, but they're coming. At £100 it is, then at 100. 110, anywhere is it now? At £100, at 100.
Even broken, it's fetched a pretty penny. Next is its sister piece. How much can it make undamaged?
£80 start me now. At £80 at 80, 85, 90. £90 it is, then at 90. At £90 at 95, 100. At £100 at 100. At £100 at 100. 110 at 110 at 110. At 110, 120, 120, 150. We're at 150. I've got 160.
He didn't sign much, which is why his signed pieces fetch a premium.
170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 220, 230, 230, 240, bid at 250. At £250 it is, then at 250. 250, 260, they're back in at 260.
Good.
Two online bidders are going head to head.
At 280. Last call if you want to be in. At £280 it is, then. It is beautiful. 290, thank you. At 290. We might as well round up to 300 now. 300. At £300, last call then. The gavel is going up. I'm going to sell at £300. We're all done at 300.
Well done, Angus.
Thank you very much.
Viv's a happy customer so far. Now, a further 2 lots of Medina glass go under the gavel. Metaphorically, of course. 11 goblet-shaped wine glasses.
Brighten up any home, these, wouldn't they?
They also don't break if you drop them.
I'm not going to test that.
Don't.
140.
And 8 unsigned pieces in blues and greens.
At 240.
That'll do.
During the next half hour, around 100 more pieces of stunning glass find new homes. And the final lot of glass, 4 1920s Art Deco vases made by Stevens and Williams.
At £160 then, we're all done at 160.
I'm in profit.
With the glass leaving Viv a clear winner, there is still more treasures to come.
We go on to the jewellery.
First, the locket with the family photo inside.
90.
That's my Auntie Winnie and Uncle Cyril.
160, 160, 160. 170, thank you, 170. Cheeky bid in the front row there at 170, 180, 190. At 190 it is then, selling at 190. 200 just in time. At 200, thank you. At 200.
She's been outbid.
He might take pity and treat you. Was that a yes, sir? 210, thank you.
Her husband has taken over the bidding.
At 210 it is then. 210, thank you.
Nice to know it's going to good homes.
I agree. Harriet's favourite, the bold 9-carat ring, is up now.
That is different, isn't it? 65, 75, 75 it is then at 75, 85, 85, 85 it is then at 85, 90. Commission's out. At 90, we're all done at £90.
That's very good.
Next, the diamond and opal ring.
Straight in at 190 it is, then at 190, at 190, 200 is it now, 200 at £200 bid, at 200 it is, then at 200, 210, thank you, 210 in the rooms, 220 on the sale room, 230, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 270 it is now, 270, you're going to have to hurry you internet, at 270 it is then, 280, 280, 290, 290. I've got two of you on the bids with the room at 290, looking for 300 at 290. Going to sell to the room at 200, 300, 320, 320 at 320 at 320. Gavels up. Going to have to hurry you at 320. Thank you, sir.
A sparkling sale. The final lot is Vivian's grandfather's watch chain that was turned into a bracelet.
Nice thing is that, actually. And I've got several bids. 210, 210, 220, 220, 220, 230, 230, 240, 250, 260, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300, 320, 320 it's at. We're all done. At 320 for the bracelet at £320.
A glittering end to the auction. There were some very happy customers today.
It was a surprise because she thought that was it when she stopped bidding.
Very nice, thank you.
And she wasn't the only lucky lady in the room.
I had no idea he was going to be bidding on it at all.
I'm more of a joker than a romantic.
Romantic or not, the men of Kirby Moorside did Viv's lots proud. Time to retire to the Auction House cafe for a catch-up and a chance to find out how much has been made.
Have you got some good news for me?
Well, I hope so.
Oh, I hope so too.
A few things did quite well, didn't they?
They did. Some of them did very well. You did very well.
So you'll be taking home £3,826.
Well, that is lovely. I'm delighted with that. You've worked very hard for it, and I'm very grateful to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, there we go. I'm not used to this many compliments.
Be careful. You're stinging the tail.
Well, a real sigh of relief, actually, because I was a little bit nervous and I kept looking across at Vivian and trying to read her, and she didn't give much away, but it's that overall result she was very pleased with.
It's gone very well. I think overall has been a good profit. Yeah, good sale day.
Vivian is a happy lady. How are Lorraine and Alan? Well, 1 month after the auction, they are already making progress on moving back to Lorraine's old family home.
Work has started on the house and the Yorkshire stone fireplace has come out, so we're ready, sort of like waiting for a rewire shortly.
Yeah.
The profit sort of like that has come from the auction will carry Mum's wishes on in renovating the property.
That's right. Coming springtime, we're hoping that we'll be able to move into it.
Hopefully it'll all come together nicely.